we were discussing about community discoveries, and the community is defined by the theme T, and we have represented them in the form of graphs. And in bipartite కూడా చెప్పినట్టున్నా. Yes, I have completed this. Okay, right. Once again, I'll complete these 2 slides. So the main objectives of community is, given the data set entities, we want to discover the hidden communities in the entities. And for each community, we want to find the theme and its members. And theme is usually represented with set of keywords. Right. Bipartite core communities. HITS is used for finding the bipartite graphs. Sorry, HITS uses the bipartite graph communities based on the topics of the queries. The question is whether we can able to find the communities efficiently by crawling the whole web without using our eigenvector computations. If in the HITS or PageRank algorithm, we have used eigenvectors. Without using the eigenvectors, can you able to find the communities? Either it may be a web community or a text documents or email communities. So bipartite, what is a bipartite graph? In a bipartite graph, there are 2 sets of vertices. Okay, set A and set B. Here we have represented set A as fans and set B as centers. Why we named it, we'll see further. But we have 2 sets of vertices, and each vertices are connected with other set of vertices, with all the other set of vertices, but no vertices of the same set are connected. This is bipartite. So in the bipartite graph, the node sets are divided into 2 subsets, which are denoted as set F and set C. See, in the HITS algorithm also we have seen bipartite graph. These vertices, that is vertices on the left hand side, is pointing, it's a directed graph. It's pointing to the other sets, other vertices on different set. That means when this is outgoing links. When you see the graph, it is an outgoing links. When you are linking the other vertices or other web pages, means you are giving authority. You are believing that these pages are important pages or quality pages. So we are believing, and means that these vertices on the left hand side are fans of that web pages. That's why the name fans. We are giving authority, or we are believing in that web pages. So the name fans, and the others web pages or the vertices are called as centers. So a bipartite core is a complete bipartite subgraph. A subgraph of bipartite graph is a bipartite core with at least I nodes in F and at least J nodes in C. So a complete bipartite graph on node set F and C contains all possible edges between the vertices F and the vertices C. I have already described these sentences. And the core is subset. The same thing. The core is small. I came as J sized complete bipartite subgraph of the community. And the cores that we are seeking here are directed. The former set of pages is created by members of the community pointing to what they believe are most valuable. So the name fans, and what we are pointing to are the centers. And these fans are like specialized hubs, and centers are like authorities. Any doubts in this page? Okay. So, given a large number of pages scrawled from the web, which represents a graph, the main thing is you need to find the procedure for finding the bipartite course consists of two major steps. So, out of the bipartite graph, we need to identify bipartite core. What is a bipartite core? A subgraph of bipartite. So, it consists of two steps. One is pruning and another is core generation. So pruning. In under pruning, again we have two steps. That is pruning by in degree, and another is iterative pruning of fans and centers. I think someone is there. Why so late, Preetham? Be on time.
Ma'am, I have a net problem now, so
Okay, right. So pruning by in degree. In the pruning step, we need to delete all the pages with the number of inlinks which are greater than k. And empirically or some experimental, this k is limited to 50. So when the number of inlinks is 50, then delete that page. Next, iterative pruning of fans and centers. మా ఒక్కొక్కరిని అడ్మిట్ చేయడం కష్టమవుతుంది, టైంకి రండి. So if we want to find some subsets of course, that is say for example I comma j course, so any potential fans with an out degree smaller than j can be pruned and the associated edge degree should be deleted. I'll repeat. If you want to find any subset, in the first thing, the outlinks greater than k is removed. Sorry, the inlinks greater than k is removed. And the second thing is fans with out degree smaller than j should be removed. So the corresponding and even the corresponding edges should be deleted. This is the pruning step. So the same thing, the potential centers with in degree smaller than I can be pruned. And while pruning and we are deleting the out degrees links means we are deleting the edges. So you need to do this process iteratively until some threshold is found or up to some threshold which is specified by the developer or by the user. Up to that threshold, the iteration should be continued. The main thing is we'll prune if the inlinks are greater than 50. And inside the second step, fans with an outer degree smaller than 0 and the centers with an in degree smaller than I should be removed. Shall I proceed? Cheppama. Limiting inlinks for fans with a small the fans with outer degree smaller than 0. Sorry, smaller than j. ఇక్కడ ఐ కాదు కదా, ఇన్లింక్స్ జే అంటే ఇన్లింక్సే కదా. సో ఐదర్ ఆఫ్ ద టూ స్టెప్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఫాలో, రెండు కాదు. Pruning consists of two steps again. Pruning by integrity you can do, or iterative pruning of fans and centers. Next, once the pruning is completed, you need to generate all I, J cores. So the method is as follows. First, you need to fix one j value. Then start with 1 comma j. That means first node should be connected to all the subsets of, so for example, inside a Biper graph, you are selecting a set of cores and mark it as j. So from the mark all 1 comma j cores, right? Then after marking starting with 1 comma j, then including 1 comma j, start with 2 comma j, and then 3 comma j, so on. So this idea is similar to your a priori algorithm of association. And note that this page will find only the core pages of the communities and but not all the members, because bipartite core itself means that we are finding the subsets of the bipartite. Any doubts? They are getting reply only from Sai Krishna or sometimes Harshit. What about others? Can you able to follow? No reply. One who replied today, I'll give answers, attendance to them only.
Understood, ma'am.
Who is giving the answer?
Ma'am, Ahad.
Ahad, I know. The third one, Ahad.
Understood, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, good. Maximum flow communities. Right. We know that we can model a web as a graph in which each web page is the vertices and hyperlinks are its edges. Given a web link, we represent the graph of these web pages as G is equal to V comma E, where V is vertices, E is edges, and V is the web page, and E is the hyperlink. So a maximum flow community is defined as collection C, which is the subset of these vertices. So that is subset of the web pages, and such that each member U belongs to C. That means if you take any web page that belongs to the collection, should have more links within the community than the outside the community. Try to understand the definition. So you have set of web pages. Out of set of web pages, you are taking the subset of web pages which belongs to the same community. And if you take each web page in the community, it should have the hyperlinks more within that community rather than the outside the community. So the main aim of maximum flow community is you need to divide the web pages which belongs to the community and which does not belongs to the community. Right. I didn't give me 1 minute of time. హలో హలో మేడం చెప్పండి మేడం కట్ ఏంటి మేడం ఇంకా నాకు కొన్ని పేపర్స్ వచ్చినాయంట మేడం. అదే మేడం నిన్న ఈవినింగ్ ఏవో వచ్చినట్టున్నాయి, ఒకసారి చూస్తాను మేడం. చూస్తాను. రైట్. ఓకే రైట్. So maximum flow model. We are given the graph G is equal to V comma E, where each edge U comma V is thought of as having, see, if you see the diagram, each edge say will have some capacity. See, this is analogous to some pipelines wherein you can have maximum flow of water. So how much maximum capacity can travel through the channel of A and B? So some capacity is given to the edges. Okay. So there is a source and there is a destination, and the destination is called as sink. So from source to destination, how much flow can be allowed within these edges? And the main maximum flow community is, you need to identify such links that has to be removed so as to make an entire graph as two disjoint graphs. So for example, see here 7.12 graph. Okay, using the maximum flow method, we have to separate the left hand side graph and the right hand side graph. So we are removing these two dotted lines. Okay, I'll repeat these definitions now. So a graph is given and each edge will have some positive capacity that limits the quantity of product that may be shipped through the edges. How much flow you can allow is decided by this capacity. So in such situations, it is often desirable to have maximum amount of flow from starting point to the terminal point. And this starting point is called as source and the terminal point is called as sink. Any doubts in this page?
No, ma'am.
Okay, right.
No, ma'am.
And let us learn about the terminology. And 1 minute. Let me. Right. See, you need to try to understand this. See, if you take any augmented path, any path, say if, from the source, let the source be A and the destination be F, and I am taking the path as A, C, D, and F. Okay, for A, C, D, and F, the number of then the capacity is 11, 9, and 11. So in this path, the minimum capacity is 9. So you can flow the product only 9. Okay. So you are giving the 9 here. So the residual here, the remaining product here is 2, here 2, here 2. So the residual capacity is original capacity of the edge minus flow. The flow you can have is 9, 9, and 9. But here the original capacity is 11. So the residual capacity is 2 here. So what is the minimal cut? Minimal cut is also known as bottleneck capacity, which decides maximum bottle flow from source to sink. So the maximum flow in this path is 9. And the minimal cut, see how it changes. I'll show one more example. Have you understood this? What is minimal cut and residual capacity?
Yes,
Okay, right.
ma'am.
Let us
Ma'am,
go with
ma'am,
another
one second,
example.
ma'am. One
Inko
second,
example.
ma'am.
I'll show you the another example, right? Just
Okay.
wait a minute. See, this is our original graph. For example, A is the original graph. This is the graph. Okay. At initial state, all the values are 0 and the maximum capacity it can have 3, 2, 3, and 2. And now you have chosen this path S, V, and T. Source is S and destination is T. Okay. So the maximum flow is 2. Original flow is for S and V is 3 and V and T is 2. So the maximum flow over the path SVT is 2. Is that first diagram clear? Doubt adiga Harshit ena? Harshit.
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
First graph.
First graph clear.
Second graph. We are now choosing the, see, after the first graph, sometimes if there are more nodes, value changes that try to understand the third graph. In the second graph, see the path is SWT. The original flow is here also the same 2 and 3. So the maximum flow can be 2. So here, tell me in the second graph, what is the residue of W and 3? Sorry, W and T?
1, ma'am.
1, right. Now, here consider SVWT. Okay. Already 2 products has been transmitted. So here the residue is 1. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Here the residue is 1. Already from the first graph we got the 1. Okay. So we are transmitting that 1 product. So you have this, the residual is 1. So here the min product is 1 here, the min flow. Or sorry, what you said, the min cut. Try to understand this.
Ma'am, min cut because of the first path, ma'am. Like.
Yes. So yes, I'll show again. I'll show the definition of min cut. Bottleneck capacity, which decides maximum possible flow from the source. So here, though you have 3 maximum flow, here the residue is 1. So the maximum flow will becomes 1 here. So the path. ఏంటమ్మా
అర్థం కాలేదు మ్యామ్.
ఇక్కడ చూడండి, రెసిడ్యూని బేస్ చేసుకొని మిన్ కట్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే. సో ఫస్ట్ గ్రాఫ్ నో ప్రాబ్లం. Second graph, no problem. Here the value has become 1 here. Here the value has become 1 because already 2 you have the minimum capacity you can transfer through the product is 2 because of the first graph. Now the minimum flow has the flow has become 1 because it has transmitted the 2. Okay, so the residual is 1. Here the residual is 1, right? So as residual is 1, cut this you are already sending 3 by 3, it's become 0. So you are sending 1. At the source nunchi manam edi the one more idente, then flow of input should be equal to the flow of output. This is one more rule. If you are sending the one capacity product here, the outcome from vertex V should be also 1.
Ma'am, that means first from S2V we are sending 2 by 3 and then later we are sending 3 by 3, ma'am. That is overall we are sending full.
3 by 3 anadama main original flow dindi 3. ఓకేనా, ఇక్కడ మొత్తం ఛానల్ ఇక్కడ 2నే ఉంది కనుక మనకు ఒక రూల్ ఉంది కనుక ద ఇన్పుట్ షుడ్ బి ఈక్వల్ టు అవుట్పుట్ అనేది, అంటే ఇన్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ప్రోడక్ట్ యు ఆర్ సెండింగ్ త్రూ ద వర్టెక్స్ ఐ, సమ్ వర్టెక్స్ ఐ, దట్ షుడ్ బి ఐ ఓన్లీ దట్ ప్రోడక్ట్. అందుకని ఈ ఛానల్ కెపాసిటీ మినిమం 2 ఉంది కనుక ఇక్కడ 2 అయింది. కన్ఫ్యూజ్డా? Any doubts? So there is a rule that when you are inputting something, the same should get out on the output. ఇక్కడ మనం 1 సెండ్ చేస్తున్నాం కనుక ఈ వర్టెక్స్ నుంచి 1 రావాలి. ఎస్ చేసుకుంటే 1 ఫ్లోలో ఇంకా మిగిలిన 1. What about others? Min-cut definition.
Clear, ma'am.
Right. Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So if you want that link and want to study, I'll show. I have read this from the Stack Overflow. Okay.
Ma'am, can you share a few more examples, ma'am, links so that we'll get more clear? Like,
No, ma,
అర్థమైంది
everyone.
మ్యామ్, బట్ అర్థమైంది, బట్ ఇంకా లింక్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే పర్సనల్ గా స్టడీ చేసుకుంటాము.
ఓన్లీ ఎవరైనా సరే ఇదే గ్రాఫ్ ఉందమ్మా ప్రతి చోట. ఇంకా అసలు మన టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో ఈ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కూడా లేదు. I have found only 2 examples. This 7.12 is our textbook example wherein even capacity is not given. They have considered it as 1 here. See here, ఈ గ్రాఫ్ చూడండి 7.12 లో if every edge is having 1, then obviously YZ and WX will also have 1 capacity. So ఇక్కడ residual min cut definitions ఏ ఉండవు. By seeing this graph itself, graph theory study చేసుకొని just YZ and WX simply they have deleted. But if where see here in the graph they has considered the unit capacity, so that our explanation and diagram became very easy. But what if there are different capacities అనేది నాకు నేను వేరే చోట లింక్ స్టడీ చేసి చెప్పానమ్మా. జస్ట్ మీకు టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో అయితే there are only unit capacity, and by seeing the diagram these two can separate this the graph, so they have separated, that's all.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
So maximum flow communities. The main basic idea is it starts with some set of seed pages which belongs to the community that the user wishes to find. So from these seed pages, the system then crawls the web to find more pages using these seed pages. After crawling all the web pages and downloading these web pages, the maximum flow algorithm is applied to separate the community C involving the seed pages and other pages. So according to our definitions, that if in any vertex or belonging to the capacities should have hyperlink within the community, but not the more links outside the community. So we need to separate these pages, and these steps should get repeated in order to find your desired communities. So this is the algorithm. The explanation of the algorithm simultaneously I have given. The first function is find community, and it is taking the set of seed of web pages as the input, and the web is crawled, and all the web pages that belongs to this community are downloaded. After that, MaxFlow community function is called. Next. Right. After a community C is found, after the community is found by the number of edges that each has inside the community. So in the community, the web pages are found, and in that web pages, highly ranked non-seed pages are added to the seed set. What we are doing, first we are selecting the seed pages. Based on that seed pages, we are crawling the web and downloading the pages, and these non-ranked seed pages are added to the original pages. So the main is we are separating the pages from the community which does not belong to community, and we are deciding by the size of the community by adding these non-seed pages. And one more thing you need to remember, that we are applying this maximum flow and min cut algorithm. For maximum flow and min cut algorithm, we require from a starting point and a destination. But when you see a web, you do not have the starting point and ending point, right? So for that purpose, you randomly select a web page in the community and make it as a source and destination. See, I'll repeat this sentence. Web graph has no source and sink. So it first augments the web graph by adding some artificial source S with infinite capacity H routed as all seeds vertices in seed. So artificially you select inside a web some source and destinations and give some infinite capacity to that, and then separate it. Next. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Email communities. What are email communities? These are the peoples who communicate through emails. So emails are the indicators of collaborations and knowledge exchange. So if you see any emails, they contains plenty of data, and even the main advantage is it's a personal communication tool or a mechanism. So we can construct a graph of entities who shares the emails of common interest. Usually the edge between two people is added if a minimum number of messages is passed between them. And see, if they are passing only one or two messages, you won't say that these two people belongs to one community. There should the communication should be a minimum number. So again, how you identify the communities based on the emails, it's similar to your previous Maxflow communities. That is, you need to you can identify the communities by partitioning the graph into discrete clusters. So if you consider all the people who are communicating using the emails as a cluster, then you need to partition this graph of clusters such that there are few edges lying between the clusters. Like I said, this definition is similar to your Maxflow community. So we are finding the email communities, and we want to differentiate these communities using betweenness in social networks. And we have already studied the formula for betweenness in the previous units or in previous topics, right? So you need to apply this betweenness formula. The idea is that inter-community links will have high betweenness values, while the intra-community edges will have low betweenness values. I'll repeat: inter-community links will have high betweenness, and intra-community edges will have low betweenness. And here we are considering the web as a cluster. That's why we are talking the words, or we are referring to the words as inter-community and intra-community. And the betweenness is evaluated on each person in the network. And the betweenness is simply the number of shortest path that pass it. ఈ డెఫినేషన్స్ అన్ని మనం ప్రీవియస్ చదివేసుకున్నాం. వాట్ ఈస్ betweenness, what is that formula for that. So given a connected graph, the method will work like this. First, compute the betweenness of each edge in the remaining graph and remove the edge with the highest betweenness, and repeat all this step until you get a suitable partition. And the removal of an edge can affect the betweenness of other edges. So you need to repeatedly recompute the betweenness of all edges. And this idea is very similar. See, you are calculating the betweenness, and you are repeating the process until there is a maximum clusters are found, and you are separating the two clusters. So even in the min-cut method also, you are separating two graphs. That's why we are saying that this idea is similar to min-cut method. Any doubts? ఒకసారి డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. మెనీ డౌట్స్? రైట్. దిస్ కంప్లీట్ యువర్ లింక్ అనాలిసిస్. వెబ్ కమ్యూనిటీస్ నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. సార్, వెబ్ క్రాలింగ్. How many types of web crawlings are there? Crawlers? మేడం చెప్పాను, పీపీటీ కూడా ఇచ్చాను అని చెప్పారు. Right, I'll share this PPT. Right. View your attendance. 501.